Good to be back, conference. I last spoke in 1981, and I'm here today as a grateful recipient of Jeremy's job creation schemes for geriatrics. Is it all over? Is that last 12 months gone? Is that last 12 months when we've been locked in a gap year of negativity, of pessimism, of hopelessness by many in our party? It seemed at times that there's a competition to see who can be the most pessimistic about our future and our prospects. We've got to end that. It's time now to give unity a chance. What we should do is take all the bile and the hatred together, put it in a box, bury it deep underground, put 6 feet of concrete on top, and then put a sign saying, "Never shall the last 12 months be unearthed from its dishonored grave." We're going forward, comrades, to government. Len McCluskey made a great speech for unity yesterday, but there's one phrase in it, the one that he stole from Shakespeare, that I must disagree with, because he did say that some should depart the field. No, no, no. The Tories have already got their A-team on the field, and we've got some of our best people sitting there on the subs bench. You don't score goals from the subs bench. We need them all back. Many resigned in that awful period 3 months ago. Some resigned, they all did for honourable reasons. It took courage for many of them to resign. It's going to take greater courage for many of them to come back, and we must make it possible for them to return with dignity and respect. The trouble with unity, that it's not sexy. The press, the media aren't interested in it. They're interested in rows, they're interested in division, they're interested in conflict. But they don't notice the brilliant year we've had. Magnificent election results. Instead of the polls, look what happens when real people use real votes in real elections. Marvellous results in all the mayoral elections, in all the by-elections. In Wales, we gained 3 parliamentary seats that we lost a year ago. There have been successes too in the Commons, working with our comrades in the Lords. We've done a great deal to force U-turns on the government, on the personal independence payments, on Sunday training laws, selling prison contracts to Saudi Arabia. All those things have been achieved in opposition, working intelligently with others in the House of Commons. Do you remember David Cameron? He was so prime ministerial. He was so wonderful. He had his £100 haircuts and £1,000 suits. And what's happened to him? I mean, he's just exploded in disgrace. He's wrecked his own career, and he's done great damage to this country. The heart of our democracy is rotten. And the last act of David Cameron was to shower benefits, honours, peerages on his cronies and his donors. The Daily Mail, of all people, described his honours list as devalued, debased, discredited, egregious, grubby, tawdry, tainted, tarnished, otherwise all right. If they think that, and we look at the House of Lords, the new elected Tory Speaker said we've got 200 peers too many, more than there are MPs. We've now got a position where there's a whole pile of new laws, new business, new work being dumped on the Commons because of Brexit. We're losing 73 MEPs. Is this the time to cut the number of MPs and further bloat the House of Lords, the unelected House of Lords. They favor one reform, one small reform only, and that's boundary changes, which will, of course, hit us. And boundary changes are at best an irrelevance and at worst a cheat that robs 2 million of our electorate of their votes. They're disenfranchised by this. We've got to stop this nonsense. And we've got to say to the government, we need a root and branch reform of our democracy. The only house in the world where we have chieftains, hereditary chieftains in the parliament is ourselves and Lesotho. Only another country in the world, Iran, has clerics as lawmakers. We need a thorough reform of our democracy, but it must be done on an all-party basis. It must be done with the consent of all parties so we get a fresh democracy that's fair, that's durable, that's democratic. It can come. But in the meantime, we forget this Tory cheat of boundary changes and consign it to the dustbin. I'd like to tell you, many people have given personal stories on this. I'd like to indulge in one of mine. In the 1945 election, I and my brother Michael were working for the Labour Party. Hard to believe, he was 10 years old. And my mother drew us to one side and said, look, boys, you're on the right side. It's the Labour Party. It's our party. But this candidate cannot win because of prejudice. You cannot win in Wales as a candidate if you've got an Irish name. And no one called Jim Callaghan has any future in politics. And I did tell her years later, I did remind her of that, but there was pessimism for you. And that was a generation, the ones who we inherit from them, we inherit from my parents, my grandparents, those wonderful generations of people who had no wealth but marvelous vision and have given us this great inheritance of socialist achievement. We can't let those past generations down because of differences between ourselves that are petty and transitory. From henceforth, we are one party. Only the friends of Tories will say anything else. We have one leader. We have one set of opponents, and they're the Tories. And we have one direction in which we're going, and that's forward to a Labour government. Thank you, comrades.